What up, Spiller Nation? How you guys doing? I'm back for another video. Light Spiller once again. This time I wanted to read some random comments because I get tons and tons of comments all the time, and sometimes it's so ridiculous as far as the amount that I get. I make it my duty to get to all the comments, but man, there's times where I'm trying to be in y'all mind frame and figure out where you're coming from when you're coming with your comments. But I just wanted to read off some stuff. Let's see. I'm just scrolling. Oh, one comment that stood out for me on the digital games versus physical games from MC Brother Hill. He says, seeing The Legend of Zelda Gold Cart for the first time is something digital can't compare. The reason why I'm reading that comment, because it stood out to me as to what physical can accomplish versus what digital can accomplish. When I saw that, it just made me think about all the nostalgia that is basically locked away in video games with the whole package. And the whole package can just basically be taken away by a moment of it being digital, because all that stuff is now, you have to look up the manual, you have to download the manual, or you don't get a manual at all. And some of these newer cases don't come with nothing but the video game and cover art, and that's pretty much it. It's not really a lot to work with. All right, on one of my recent videos, 4 years on being on YouTube, woo-hoo, one of my buddies who gives me a hard time, Countess1002, she said, happy 4th YouTube anniversary, my ninja. Said, my favorite moment when you actually gave me a shout out but couldn't remember my name. And I just told her thanks. Yeah, that was funny. It was just one of those times where it was just random, where, like I tell you guys, for the most part, I do my scripts. Well, I don't do any scripts for the TV show, for my YouTube videos. I just randomly do it. And in the spirit of doing randomness, that's why I'm actually shooting my video in a random area. My wife got me a new little, kind of like a computer desk for the bedroom. So I can do my editing, still play my video games, watch YouTube, Netflix, yada, yada, yada. But I thought it was cool because it's just one of the buddies that I've met over the course of time. And I've actually met a lot of good YouTubers over the course of the time that I've been on YouTube. Random comments. Like I said, Lego Isaac asked me, how tall are you? I'm really short. I'm only about 5'8". I think with my boots on, I'm probably about 5'9". I have a long torso, so usually for a big percentage of the video, that's what people see. They see my upper body. I hardly ever show my lower part of my body. So I appear to be taller than I actually am. So sometimes people will get that twisted. And if we're just on the cusp of just random stuff, my eye color is blue. I'm 37. My birthday is January 18th. For those that don't know, blah, 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 blah. That's where the 79 comes from. A lot of people ask me about that too. Where does Life Spiller come from? It was just a random gamer tag name. A lot of the names that I was coming up with, and then I forgot. I think it was when I first got my Xbox 360. I got the Slim, the 250 gig. And that one, it just came up randomly. I kept trying to type in names because I was going to use Game Freak Forever, which is still my gamer tag. And for those who didn't know, that's what that whole Game Freak Forever was about. I used to use that name in my old videos, and then it changed over time, and I moved more towards Life Spiller 79. I just had so much bad history with Game Freak Forever. Not too bad, but there was a lot of people using the same name at the time. So then when people were trying to search for my videos, I had a hard time. So I came up with Life Spiller 79. So early on throughout my channel, I think it was less than a year, I changed it to Life Spiller 79, and that's where it came from. People thought it was a dark place or something like that. All kinds of random type things. And a new subscriber that just started watching not too long ago. I think he was brought through from Happy Console Gamer or some random traffic. His name's James Johnson. I just quickly call him JJ because I always do stuff like short. He said, I catch myself wondering, should I still have such a, and this was on the too old for video games, because I get a lot of flack about this. He says, I catch myself wondering, should I still have such a strong connection to video games at my age? I turned 37 in June, and I tell myself that maybe I should stop and spend more time on my career, learning, faith, and family. I have been a gamer since I was 5 years old, and still holds dear to my heart because games have always been there for me when it seemed to be no one else, and I will never forget how they made me feel back then and still make me feel to this day. Sorry for the rambling, just my posting my life and my thoughts. Awesome video. And the first line that got me was, I catch myself wondering if I still have such a strong connection. I think that's the sense or the total embodiment of video games right there. Give me a second. I had to hit that light. I think that kind of encapsulates and that brings everything into full circle with us as gamers and why we keep coming back. Why do I keep coming back? Even if I take a break, because a lot of people during that video of too old for video games, they all made that same, somewhere along the line, they made that same conclusion that we all have a connection to it. That's why we keep coming back to it. I think anything you're passionate about or you love doing or you have fun doing, whether it's a hobby, whether it's just an extra mode or means of spending time away or doing something else, it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Video that I did a while back said, do I need a break? And I have to say, I am really grateful for you guys because everybody had something positive to say, gave very, very deep insight. And what it did overall is it gave me some perspective and it gave me some sense of balance. Oh, one that really, really stood out to me, and I really enjoyed this one, was Studio Time. That's his name. He said, if one oversteps the boundaries or bounds of moderation, the greatest pleasure cease to please. And the quote comes from Epictetus or something like that. I'm gonna read that again. If one oversteps the bounds of moderation, the great pleasure cease to please. To me, that just said that if you overindulge, it doesn't have the same effect. You know, it's just like with any great pleasure in life, whether it's sex, it's sweets, it's video games, it's life, it's movies, it's music. If you listen to the same song day after day, over and over, it doesn't have the same feel. But like if you take yourself away from it a week, some days, months, and then you listen to that song again, it's almost like you know the words to the song, but it has that purified feel to it. So what I have been doing over the last few months or so, but that was, well, actually over the last month, I should say, because that was 3 weeks ago. What I've been doing is just doing things more in moderation. With video games, I play every day, but I don't play as long as I used to. You know, I give myself time. Sometimes I will spend time with one video game, and now that's a big thing too, is that I've been focusing in on one game. I'm going through the Uncharted or the Nathan Drake collection right now. I finished up one. I'm on the end of part 2. I'm going to try to work my way through part 3 before part 4 comes out. I don't know if I'm going to even get part 4 on its release date, but I'm definitely getting it. So, because I'm really, really, really interested in it. I just really enjoy this channel, and I really enjoy you guys and all the contributions that y'all make that keep this thing going. I just wanted to take my time to read a little bit of what y'all do. I got a whole bunch of other videos that I got in my backlog that just need to come out, edit and upload. But yeah, man, I've really been enjoying the ride, and I enjoy the random comments, because I get some really, really random comments, and I was trying to search for them, but it's such a vast amount of comments that I have to cipher through every day and type up, whether it's old videos, current videos, it doesn't matter. But other than that, I'm Light Spiller, and I'm out.